100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in a sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Cousins. And Diggs has it. 7 yards there and a first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 30-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, right at the 30. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we got 4 down. Wide, get 4 down.
Now it's Trubisky. He finds Robinson. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. Play action. Now Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Trubisky. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pre. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Play fake. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing is Cousins. And that is intercepted. by the All-Pro safety, Eddie Jackson. The 20. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. He was second in the NFL last year with 6 interceptions. This time, not only the interception, but also 6 points.
And it's just so difficult to go get the football in this league because people are so proficient in the passing game. It's not easy at all to read patterns, to break on the football, catch the ball, and take it the other way. Yeah, when you have a guy like that on your team, you feel really good about his efforts.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a quick slant as the throw is complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
The throw complete. Trubisky to Miller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half, 10-7, our score.
Strip that ball. Let's go, baby.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a second down. Trubisky will throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now it's Trubisky, and he completes it to Cohen.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Darren Waller, as the first half is winding down, as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Final play of the half, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep for Diggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky, and this is Gabriel on the catch. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Robinson's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Trubisky. Being chased out left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. And for the defense, their 3rd sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
That is caught by Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Bilal Nichols. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Now Cousins. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Trubisky gives to Cohen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Again, it's Cohen. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now Trubisky to throw. Will find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first. And foremost, they do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs, but bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it'll bring up third down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. After the sack on first down, Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
A gain of 18 yards, but it brings up third down.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. To throw is Cousins. Flushed out right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. Cook. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up. 2nd and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 54 yards. From the red zone now, Cousins. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They try again with Cohen. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Throwing now is Trubisky. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. This is Cohen. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue